Eatery, Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you inside North Bay Memorial Gardens for North Bay U18 Trappers Hockey for the first time under the Frontline broadcast banner. We are live on YouTube and, of course, Hockey TV. I'm Courtney Kenny alongside Bob Coles. And before we get to Bob's thoughts, let's start up our pregame show.
The pregame show is brought to you by La Huerta Imports, family owned and operated since 1995. Visit lahuertaimports.com for more details.
All right, we're just about to get to the opening ceremony, but first we'll bring in my co-host and color commentator for the evening, Bob Coles. Bob, we're here for some U18 hockey. Should be a good one.
Yeah, should be a good one indeed. The other night, of course, the Battalion had their home opener. Tonight, the Trappers, the U18 AAA Trappers, have theirs. And it's an important home opener as they'll have a ceremony featuring a great father and son team, former Trappers coach Butch Turcotte and former NHLer Darren Turcotte, of course, Darren, the son of Butch. And they were part of that amazing North Bay Pine Hill team in the 80s, which captured a national championship. I remember doing a piece on that back in my radio days, and great to talk to Brent Bywater about that. He was on that team, so they're recognizing that team and the accomplishments of Coach Turcotte as they Trappers begin their season at home.
It should be a good one as this is their home opener. They've already, of course, played the U18 Nickel Capitals, but that came in Sudbury. It was a 6-0 victory for the home side in this one, with Jesse Lefebvre, a Battalion draft pick, picking up 2 goals along with Nate Gravel, Caleb Dawson, Josh Curry, not the Battalion Josh Curry, both having singles in that one. But before we get to that, before we get to puck drop, before we get to the ceremony, why don't we go through Players to Watch?
Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
I'm going to be interested in Caden DeBrill tonight, the 5'10", 165-pound forward. He's 16. Powassan Voodoos have a relationship with him. He's already played in the Voodoos game. So Chris Dawson, who's got a son playing for the other team, the Voodoos GM, is be watching DeBrill to see how his Voodoo future looks tonight.
Yeah, and same with Duguay, Alexander Duguay. He's going to be interested in watching both of them. Our player to watch for the Trappers is that of Caleb Dawson. Last time we saw a game with him, he scored the overtime winner for the Powassan Voodoos in the preseason against the French River Rapids. He's also an affiliate player of the Voodoos as well. But right now, there's a bit of a pregame ceremony going on, as you mentioned, with Butch Turcotte and Darren Turcotte.
Of course, Darren's done an unbelievable job with the Nipissing Lakers women's hockey team, going to the Nationals last year, getting to the final game. And, of course, Butch, everyone loves Butch, the outdoor rinks, the great hockey experience, the great, if you've been coached by Butch Turcotte, you've learned a lot. So great that they're here tonight taking part in the ceremonial puck drop.
Yeah, that, and also he has, I believe they dubbed it the Coliseum there. He used to do the outdoor rink. I don't know if he's still doing that. I used to go by it all the time when I went to West Ferris because it was right down the road from West Ferris. So big family here for the hockey side of things. And their move here, Darren being born in the States, their move here as he kicks the Sudbury captain out of the face-off dot. We don't see that very often, Bob, during a pregame ceremony.
No, I wanted to get him positioned properly for the photo. He wasn't kicking him out of the dot. It was just you got to move closer to center ice, otherwise you don't get in the picture. So Butch explaining that to the young man right now.
Well, we got O Canada here, so we'll be back on the other side. You'll hear more of Trappers hockey. And just before we get underway here for the first period of this U18 Trappers, oh my goodness, I can't hear myself over Chris Dawson on the PA, Bob. But one last thing about the Turcottes is that the frontline crew will be helping out a little bit this year with the Lakers hockey, so I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of Darren Turcotte as we cover the women's game and of course the men's game. And you know, he's done a great job really developing the women's game from nothing into a runner-up in the national championship last year, Bob.
Yeah, and I think it's just the beginning of Nipissing program. It's a little harder for Mike McFarland just because, you know, you're sort of stepping in when and everyone's already got programs going. Everyone started at the same time, so and Coach Turcotte's done a great job in recruiting across the country, and everyone knows about the Nipissing program, and we'll see what the women can do this year. But as for this game, you know, Sudbury's hoping it's not 6-0 again. They played twice. They lost 6-0, once to the Trappers and once to the Sioux, and they're hoping for a better effort. And for the Trappers, they know Butch Turcotte and Darren Turcotte are looking on, so they want to put on a good show in their home opener here at Memorial Gardens tonight.
They do for sure. There is a Trappers player in the penalty box right now. Not sure what's going on with that. And just quickly, I don't think this is... the Powassan Voodoos are in action against the French River Rapids at the end of the first period. According to what our stats say, it's 4-0 for the Voodoos in a rematch of last night's game against the Rapids, and we're underway here in this one at North Bay Memorial Gardens. Dawson comes in on the half wall, chips the puck out to the midpoint in the offensive zone, but it's taken away by the Nickel Capitals before Rosso, who played with the Voodoos last night, gets a chance at a puck back to the point. Shot goes in well over the net. And the Trappers have to recollect. Anello coming up to pinches, misses his target. And now in comes the Nickel Capitals, but we'll get a quick offside call on that one. 33 seconds into this one.
Just guessing here, but it may be a misconduct penalty. Something was said, and because there's no time, there's no power play situation to start the game, so it's obviously a misconduct. And I don't know if something was said or something was maybe worn. Didn't have something properly on, but that's the situation.
Yeah, no power play, as you mentioned. Maybe it was something at the end of warm-up. We'll have to find it out. It's a blocker save. Is the first one on this one as the Nickel Capitals turn that one away. Another blocker save made on the shot by Bradley. His imposing figure. Thomason with the shot. Just goes wide of the net. Trappers now on the attack once again. Puck comes out into the slot area. And the Nickel Capitals regroup. Going up ice, Smith looking for the pass, but the shot comes in and it's over the net. Mike McIver, a battalion draft pick and a signed player by the battalion. As we're getting a phone call from the penalty box right in front of us here. That's a little strange. You don't hear that very often in the broadcast. I can't really answer it, guys. Don't stop calling. As the puck goes down the ice, and we're going to get no icing on that one. The Nickel Capitals pick that one up. Lee takes a hit.
As the Trappers control play in the Sudbury zone, there's Anello back at the point. That shot is blocked. Puck's in the corner. The Capitals have it now. Courtney.
Thank you very much, Bob, for filling in as I try to answer a phone in the middle of a broadcast. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. As the puck comes up to the blue line and out, Thompson on Sudbury tries to knock it back in, but it's going to go back into his zone where he's going to get repossession with the puck. Through neutral zone, it's knocked back. Both teams not really getting any momentum here. As we're called on offside again, 17:41 remaining in the first period.
You mentioned Caleb Dawson. He was a little disappointed. He wasn't drafted this year, and I had a chat with him at obviously the visitation for Aaron Northrup, and I said to him, you know, just go out and play somewhere, get ice time, continue your positivity, have lots of energy, and not every player. There are lots of players who don't get drafted who go on to great things. So it'll be interesting to watch Caleb this year as he not drafted, but I think it's a positive message for any young player. If you expect to get drafted, you don't get drafted. Same thing happens in the NHL. It doesn't really mean anything at the end of the day. It's how you handle adversity. It's not whether you face challenges. It's how you deal with them.
Well, and I know with Caleb, of course, like you mentioned, hoping to be drafted into the OHL. He got a phone call from Battalion General Manager Adam Dennis shortly after finding out that he was not drafted, and Adam basically said the same thing, keep your head up. People like your game, and, refocus on the U18 draft here next year. And we'll have to see if he is taken in that one. Dubril now, Bob's player to watch, takes the shot, and McIver makes the glove save on that one. Again, looking for his first goal on the year. Sorry, Bob.
Yeah, no, just looking forward to seeing Michael McIver. Of course, Battalion have, of course, Dom DiVincentis is the number 1, Charlie Robertson number 2, and McIver picked in the draft this year, so he's going to get a lot of ice time, and I'm sure the Battalion, it's great for the Battalion, they can check in on him throughout the year here as he plays in North Bay.
Shot from St. Onge, and McIver again with the glove save on that one, and as you mentioned, great for the Battalion to be able to watch him develop under their nose here, be it with the Trappers or with their players like Tyson Risman and Powassan, where they have them in their own backyard. And how about a game that Dom DiVincentis had Thursday night, Bob?
Yeah, he looks like a different goaltender than he looked in May when he played in the OHL or the Eastern Conference Final. He looks taller and much more confident.
Anello brings it in, gets it back to Boys. Boys fighting with it with the Capitals. And the puck's back to the blue line for Bradley. Bradley sends that one in, but it's stopped in the slot area. And the Nickel Capitals try to go the other way. Picked up again at neutral zone by the Trappers, who quickly lose it. And Anello now back in his zone with it. Goes cross ice to Couch. Couch looking for some options, skates it up. And sends it cross ice for Anello. Nickel Capitals picking it up. Dumps it in. Right behind the net of McIver. And the Trappers pick it back up once again. Boys loses the handle on it. Leaves it for Thomason, who tries to get it out. And finally down the ice it goes. Cowell chasing after it. And the Capitals quickly back into the neutral zone. Trappers starting with a lot of sustained pressure in this one, but now the game's been a lot of back and forth since the opening couple of minutes. Gravel, another affiliate player with the Voodoos, tried to send it in. And now a slap shot from the point comes in, and it's blocked away. That was Jacob Beamer on the shot. Puck sent all the length of the ice now. And almost picked off, and then picked off in the slot, but sent wide by Gravel. First grade A chance really in the game for either side. Gravel chasing after it, puck back to the blue line. And Gravel has possession again. Out to the slot for Cowell. Cowell takes the shot, it's stopped. Now back to the blue line for Anello. Anello tries to take another shot. He finally gets one on goal. It's rebounded away, and Cowell picks it up behind the net before overskating it. Back out front to the Trappers, and they score! The Trappers quickly get off to a 1-0 lead just under 5 minutes in. And it's 1-0 North Bay as the Nickel Capitals still search for their first goal on the year, Bob.
Yeah, they got into trouble because they didn't clear the puck. They're a little sloppy in their own zone. I thought Cowell did a good job on seeing the play. He got a chance, and then the puck went behind, and then finally the Trappers made them pay. So that was a really good shift for the Trappers. They had 3 scoring chances on it, and Sudbury just ran out of room because the Trappers were controlling the puck so well.
Looks like Jacob Beamer with the goal. We'll get confirmation here shortly as Chris Dawson will be sending us the official scorers update as Caleb Dawson now takes a tight angle shot. Lefebvre, another Battalion pick, skates around. I enjoyed watching him in camp when he was with the Battalion as well. Puck comes in, and the Trappers almost get the rebound on that one. That was Russo. And then afterwards, the puck does end up in the net, but the whistle had already gone.
Yeah, busy start for this one for A.J. Borelli in the Nickel Capitals net. And, of course, the Trappers coached by Doug Sanders, the head coach, and backed up by Adam Marceau and Peter Easton and Braden Haas. So, good crew there behind the Trappers bench. So, Beamer gets it unassisted. So, the Nickel Capitals had trouble they got the puck, but they were having trouble clearing it, and the Trappers made them take advantage because they had, like we say, 3 really good scoring chances.
Now Trappers putting on some more pressure as Dawson had a quick shot off the face-off. And now it's Rosso chasing after it. Thomason falling at the line as he dumped that puck in, and Lefebvre picks it back up. And the Nickel Capitals try to get it around, but it's going to come out to Boys, who misplayed it, and now we have Levesque going the other way. Levesque takes the shot, and McIver sliding to his right. Gloved that one down, but of course the Trappers didn't like how close in the Nickel Capitals were there, but you could argue if McIver hadn't slid right, they wouldn't have been very close at all.
Good speed by Sam Levesque, and of course the Trappers were the team that made the mistake at the Nickel Capitals blue line, and Levesque using good speed to get a scoring chance, and McIver with the save. But sure, the coaches will be reminding the Trapper D about being careful with the puck when you have an oncoming forward like that.
Yeah, it looked very unassuming, and the next thing they had a makeshift 2-on-1 on their hands. And speaking of Trappers D, a little bit of a nifty move there to get the puck down into Sudbury zone. That's Couch. Gets it into Bradley. Bradley overskates the puck, and it's left behind the net. And Nello picking it up just out of the blue line. Tries to dump it back in. But Sudbury's going to come away with that. That's DuBois. DuBois gets it back to the blue line. Back to Thompson. Thompson takes the shot. It's maybe off the chest of McIver and wide. Bradley tries to get around DuBois with that one, but quickly the Nickel Capitals going the other way. Shot comes in, and McIver again with that glove. Starting to look more like a back catcher back there, Bob.
He's been busy. You could put him in the lineup for one of these baseball playoff teams going on right now. Johnny Couch and Davis Anello, want to talk about that, and they look like a really good defense pair, and good skaters, and well positioned. So good start for those two.
Quickly back to the point. And that was a shot attempt there by Lazarus. It didn't get through. And now the Trappers trying to get out of their own zone. It's tipped out. Gravel's going to send it down the length of the ice. And Borelli's going to have to come out and play it. Thomason goes cross ice to his D partner. It's left for Cowell. Cowell now through the neutral zone with some speed. Almost knocked off the puck there, but he's able to kick it into the Sudbury zone. Smith at the near side half wall. Battling with Cowell a little bit, but instead he just leaves it for his defenseman. And Sudbury looks to regroup and send it up ice. Shipping it down. The Trappers quickly trying to take advantage of a bit of a line change here. Thomason back to Dawson, who was too hot for him to handle. Dawson now in the corner, tries to get it out to Lefebvre. Dawson picking it back up. Dawson to the middle to Rosso, who tried to get a bit of a one-timer in. Now Lefebvre whacking at it, and it goes off the side of the net. They had Borelli down and out, Bob, on that one. Great effort by the Trappers for sure. Anello leaves it for Rosso. Back to Dawson. Dawson with a one-timer from the slot. It goes in as it just snuck through Borelli. And Caleb Dawson gets the Trappers up 2-0.
Well positioned to take the shot. Dawson was getting ready for it, and he had room to wind up, and he did, and he beats Borelli. Great hand-eye there by Dawson, and so another goal for the Trappers here in the first period. We played 7:34, and it's 2-0, so the Trappers are skating really well in the offensive zone.
They are, and so far the Nickel Capitals have been outscored in every game. They're still looking for their first goal of the season, and they're down in a 2-0 hole here. Shot coming in wide, in tight, goes wide. Again, looking for their first goal of the season. Not the start I'm sure any of them would have preferred. As Sudbury now tries to gain the zone of the Trappers, and they do. Send it in, McIver with the glove save.
We're talking about the Trappers today, and here's Chris Dawson doing the PA for his Caleb Dawson.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's a ceremony yesterday. Peter Hanley leaving North Bay and moving to Belleville with his family. And, of course, back in the day, Courtney, he was the voice of the Trappers when they were part of the OHF. So I think very fitting that Trappers are playing tonight, and they had the ceremony for Peter Hanley. I gave him a call today and wished him well, and he's a role model to so many broadcasters over the years, and just a wonderful person, and he was a city councilor, and of course your life is on television.
Yep.
And he contributed so much in heritage and recognizing buildings so they don't get torn down. Just contributed so great to the city, and he loved the Trappers. I'll tell you, he loved the Trappers, and the Bill Barber days, and of course the Pine Hill team as well. So good luck to Mr. Hanley as he moves to Belleville to spend more time with his family.
I tell you, this as the Capitals are going to end up being shorthanded here in the box.
Yeah, there is a Trappers penalty in there, but that's from the
previous
what
one.
we think was a misconduct to
Yeah.
start the game.
But I tell you, in my lifetime, I only really remember Peter Hanley as the counselor, as life is and stuff. But just reading about what he's done in this community, and of course, a good sport is good for sports signs in Memorial Gardens. I tell you, him moving to Belleville, as much as it makes sense for him and his family, it's a huge loss for the community.
And he's also, of course, the voice of the North Bay Centennials on radio. So, yes, the community will definitely miss Peter and Pam as well through all her work in the culture of North Bay.
You got any fun Peter Hanley stories for us?
Well, I do, but I don't know if I can say them on this broadcast. I'm kidding. He was involved in so many areas in the city that he'll definitely be missed, and just a great guy.
So it looks like we have a 5-minute major on the board is what it is. So the Trappers have a lot of time to work with here. Trying to go cross ice was Curry. And the Trappers regroup. Once again trying to go cross ice, but that one's blocked and sent back to the point for Anello to chase after. Anello back to Curry, or to Cowell, to Bradley. Bradley up to Curry. And Curry back to Anello, who takes a quick shot, but it's blocked in front. A quick stick by Sudbury, and the puck goes down the length of the ice for McIver to go after. 4 minutes left on this 5-minute major penalty, which we're still waiting on Mr. Chris Dawson to announce.
We're still looking like 4 forwards and 1 defenseman here. Anello, the lone D. So it's offside on the Trappers, but that's 4 and 1. So obviously, we're starting to see a lot of that in hockey, right? And practicing the skills of stick handling and passing, and maybe the Trappers shot it a little earlier than they wanted with that shot from the point, but it's interesting how this combination works here.
I remember a couple of years ago when the Battalion basically had nothing to lose when they were, not having a great year, went out with 5 forwards on the power play.
Yeah.
Puck up to Rosso, who just dumps it in. Doesn't get very far, and Lefebvre has to go after it. Boys now into the middle of the ice for Dawson, who was looking for his second, but it hops over his stick. And the Capitals go the other way. Rosso and Couch getting their wires mixed up, and in come the Capitals. And there's going to be a penalty coming against the Trappers now, as Rosso basically had to drag his man to the ice in order to avoid that scoring chance.
That's a no-no, right? You got a 5-minute power play, and the other team steals the puck, and you can't commit those defensive mistakes because Rosso had no chance to. Otherwise, it could have been a goal. So tough break there for the Trappers, but you got to stay out of the box when you have that 5-minute power play.
Agreed. So it'll be 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes, but they forgot to turn on the clock for a little bit, so it's actually going to be a little bit more than 2 minutes. So that's hooking for Russo. And then go the Capitals trying to get a shot on goal, and McIver knocks that one away. And it gets the longer that the Capitals go without a goal, the more I think pressure there is on the opposing goalie who doesn't want to give up that first goal, right? Going in now. That was Thomason. Turns around. Tries to shake the Capitals defender. It is quickly out front. And that's Bradley notching that one as he gets the puck into the back of the net. And there goes the first of the two Trappers players out of the box. So that would indicate the 10-minute misconduct, Bob. Either way, 3-0 game here for the Trappers.
Grayson Bradley, he's a big boy, 6'2", 190, and got off a great shot. So who needs a power play when to score, right?
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news or access the alumni job portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
Yeah, who needs a power play, right? They had the power play, they got a penalty, and then they scored and make it 3-0.
So that's Heath Bradley on the goal, actually, the twin brother. They're both 6'2", though, so.
6'2", 182 for Heath Bradley.
Yeah.
6'2", 190 for Grayson. So
some big boys.
He's had a little more pasta, as they say, right?
Gravel getting through the neutral zone. Shoots the puck in. And it's knocked away by Borelli. And the Caps go the other way. Sending that one down the length of the ice, and Nello chases after it. Looking up ice for some options, but he's just going to skate it through the neutral zone. Almost uncontested, it felt like, before throwing a hit when he lost the puck. Shawana gets the puck up to the neutral zone. Back to Boys. Boys looking for Lefebvre, but it was out of his reach, so it's back to Shawana. Lazarus now losing the handle on it, falls down in the neutral zone. Rosso about to come out in 5 seconds, and we'll get a quick little power play as well here, or back to the power play for the Trappers. Big hit as Rosso tries to come out on Lazarus. Puck now down into the Trapper zone.
Yeah, he went after Lazarus from a few feet, didn't he?
He did. It was almost like a heat-seeking missile.
Yeah, that was a hard, clean hit.
Trappers now back to the power play for 53 seconds. And the Capitals send it down the length of the ice to kill some time. McIver out to play it. It's so weird because they don't have the trapezoid in this league, but the trapezoid's still here at the Gardens. You see McIver go out and play the puck, and you're like, oh my god, this is a delay of game penalty, but it's not. Trappers looking to get something going here in the final 30 seconds.
Well, that's going to be an adjustment for players that get called up, right?
It is.
To the OHL there.
Well, I remember, and I'll tell this story. I'll wait to tell this story at the next break. But the Trappers in their own zone, 15 seconds left on that 5-minute major. So they do convert, but it's not a power play goal, as it was 4-on-4 at the time. Tripped up, going in, no call coming, as Heath Bradley, the most recent goal scorer. There is a call coming, rather. Gravel takes the shot. It's blocked by Borelli. The rebound tries to come in, and it stops, so we're going to have another man advantage here with 6:51 left in the first period. But I remember Joe Verbetik's first game in the OHL came in relief the year the battalion, or before he came up. So it was his rookie year with the Voodoos that year. And in the NOJHL, they don't have the trapezoid.
Right.
And so he came, the icing came down. He went to go play the puck in the corner. And I remember Stan Butler at the time, the head coach of the battalion. You could hear him in the rink just getting really frustrated with his young netminder because, to be fair, it's a mistake you shouldn't make, but when you're used to being able to go out and play the puck, and now the OHL is a different game, right? So
yeah, you don't think about it, right?
No, it's a bit of an adjustment for sure, and Jumbo Joe, who went on to have a great career with the battalion, made that mistake in his first game and never made it again.
Yeah, signed with the Montreal system, of course, drafted by the Habs, and we wish him the best of luck in the AHL this year.
Flying stick through the air, and now the Trappers come in on a 2-on-1, takes a shot, and it's up and off a stick and out of play. 6:29 left.
Sorry, Courtney. CJ Lee's in the box for the Nickel Capitals. 1:38 left in the penalty, and really good period, I think, for the Trappers.
Mm-hmm.
They're very skilled up front. My first look at them, and a lot of talent up front, skill-wise, on this team.
It's essentially the U16 team last year, and the U16 team was very strong, making it further than last year's U18 Trappers team, actually, in the Great North U18 League. Going up the ice now, Gravel Just sends it back behind the net for Curry to chase after. Curry knocks it back in for Bradley. Bradley looking for some options, skates it out. Quick shot is turned away by Borelli. Trappers into the slot, fanned by Gravel, shot by Bradley. And it's again turned away by Borelli. Nello, I should say. Leaves it for Gravel. We're just under a minute left on the man advantage. And Gravel tries to leave it, and then Bradley skating through the neutral zone has his stick knocked out of his hand by Smith, so he wasn't able to play the puck. Cowell chipping it up the ice. And now we're going to turn around and get it right back down to McIver, who knocks it down. 36 seconds left on the man advantage. 5.5 minutes left in the first. 3-0 U18 Trappers lead. Rosso skates it in. Knocks the puck down. Lefebvre, he's taken down as well. Loses the handle on it. Now we have a little one-on-one developing here as Sudbury tries to go the other way. Good defensive play by the Trappers, though. They couldn't get anything going. 6 seconds left before we're back to 5-on-5. Lefebvre skates it in. He takes a high shot. It goes wide of the net. And I think it went out of play. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey with 4:50 left in the first period, Bob.
Yeah, Jesse Lefebvre, not very big, but he's fast. 5'6", 135, and showed some speed on that last shift. And, of course, the Trappers' captain this year is Justin Rosso, and Nate Gravel, the assistant captain. So some of the names that local hockey fans have heard from before, but on this team, fans will be following them closely this year.
Boyes takes a shot in. It's almost deflected, but saved by Borelli. Just another note about Gravel. He's the cousin as the shot comes in from the Capitals from Alexander Duguay. One of those Voodoo's players to look out for. But Gravel, younger cousin of Jake Gravel, who went and won an OHL championship with the Hamilton Bulldogs. Thomason being harassed in the corner, tries to get the puck up ice, and they do. But the Capitals quickly recover. 4 minutes left here in the first. St. Onge comes in, tries to dipsy doodle around Gravel, but he can't. And McIver comes out and stops that one for his team to get reacquainted with each other. Puck back into Sudbury's zone. Slowing the game down a little bit before they skate it through the neutral zone. Shawana takes the sharp angle shot, trying to create a rebound on McIver. And McIver's there to freeze that one up, Bob.
Well, Courtney, as you know, Hamilton's won 2 OHL titles in recent years.
Yeah, don't
right?
remind me.
So it was the first one, right?
Yep. Yes.
One that ended up going to Regina for the 100th Memorial Cup.
Yep.
And then, of course, this past year the Bulldogs lost in the final to the host St. John team.
Yeah, and quickly out front, McIver makes the stop somehow, swimming around everywhere. The puck's still loose. The Nickel Capitals finally get their first goal of the year, as that's Dubril, Bob's player to watch on the Nickel Capitals, getting the monkey off Sudbury's back.
Caden Dubril's happy about that, and that was just through hard work, and they battled for it in front, and they were able to get a loose puck to the side of McIver, and Dubril puts it home. So yeah, after being given up 15 straight goals to start the year, they get their first. So that's a lot of excitement there on the bench there as they're not going to get shut out tonight.
No, and that was, you can't let them get 3 or 4 whacks at it like that in the crease if you're the Trappers, which they did. McIver doing all he could to keep that one out as well. And that was really impressive to watch. Thomason looks up ice. They can't get the puck out of the zone now, so we'll have to see if that's momentum for the Nickel Capitals. It's left for Thomason. Goes around for Lefebvre. Lefebvre just chips it down the ice for his teammates to go after. And it's a foot race now between Rosso, and that was Thompson for Sudbury. Rosso picks it up. Big hit level by Lefebvre. And Lefebvre picks it back up in the neutral zone. Lefebvre will just try to hit anything in the area for he's a smaller player, but he's not afraid to hit anybody.
No,
and that's
he's impressed me with his. He doesn't shy away from the physical contact.
No.
Bremer now. For one of the goal scorers, Beamer. But now it's Duguay going the other way. Gravel tries to get the puck out, and it's just left in no man's land for Dupuis to shoot that one on net. And that one's knocked down and stopped once again by McIver. And yeah, that's, if you remember some of those Trappers profiles that we had running on the front line last year, Bob, Jesse Lefebvre said his favorite player is Brad Marchand. So you look at a smaller guy who throws his body around.
Yeah, he plays a little like Brad Marchand, doesn't he? But that's good, you know. You got to use, like he's never going to be 6'4", 230. So he uses basically what he has, what brought him to the game, and that's his toughness and the ability to just battle all the time.
Puck goes in, and the Trappers come away with it. Cowell knocks it up the ice. Him and Gravel go chase after, but it's Cowell who gets to it first. Cowell looking around. He's hauled.
They'll call you on the hook every time.
Yeah. And then with Jesse, just one last thing about Jesse Lefebvre being a draft pick of the North Bay Battalion. You see a lot of people that get upset sometimes when the battalion stay in their own backyard and draft a Trappers player, but I think Jesse Lefebvre, even though he's a later pick, I think the battalion were pretty excited to get him because of that tenacity that he brings, and kind of reminds you of Jacob Therrien, who's already on the team right now. Both smaller guys who are very tenacious and don't stop till the puck is out of your hands and into theirs.
Battalion love players like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach Olahan and Adam Dennis love players like that who never quit.
Speaking of Lefebvre, had a bit of a chance there as we're into the last minute here of the first period. Had a bit of a chance, but couldn't get the shot to go. Shawana in the neutral zone tries to chip it up. Good stick by the Trappers there, though, and they're able to get possession of it and send it back down the length of the ice. Really, it's just such a crazy thing to watch those goalies go out of that trapezoid and play the puck. Left for Dawson. Dawson just overskated it. Didn't really anticipate that as it took a bit of a different bounce, or else he would have been home free. Shawana now. Harassed by Dawson again. Bradley comes in, takes the shot. It's saved by Borelli. Dawson, who's on the power play here. Back to Bradley. Bradley takes a shot, and Borelli, with 49 seconds left on the man advantage and 12.1 left in the period, stops that one.
Yeah, that was a good shift for Caleb Dawson. Just didn't give up on it, and obviously you're on the power play, so you get some opportunities, but check that. They're shorthanded, so that was shorthanded skills.
That's what I mean. Like, who was on the power play on that shift, Bob?
Yeah, so Caleb looks very sharp in this game. He's got a goal, and he came close to getting another one shorthanded.
Well, they're just going to end this period with their possession now as Boys skates it back into his own zone. And that's going to do it here for the first period. 3-1 in favor of the Trappers over the Sudbury U18 Nickel Capitals. And Bob, before we let the intermission play out, just let's get your final thoughts there on a very eventful first period.
Good period for the Trappers, showing a lot of talent and skill in the offensive zone. And a couple of mistakes, but overall a really solid start to their home ice season, and deserving of that 3-0 lead.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that continues here for the rest of this one before they have a quick turnaround before tomorrow's game at 2:30 here once again at the Gardens. But that'll do it for the first period here on the Front Line and Hockey TV. We'll be back with more on the other side of this intermission.
Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
You to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor.
Families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen. Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charity.
And we're back here for our second period, 3-1 for the Trappers. Beamer, Caleb Dawson, and also scoring Heath Bradley in that period. That gave the Trappers a 3-0 lead, and then Caden DeBrill made it 3-1. So 3-1, second period underway. Here's Courtney as the Nickel Capitals remain on the power play.
13 seconds left on the aforementioned power play. It's back to the point. Capitals keep it in. Look to go cross ice. And they get the shot away on McIver, and then puck comes out front. And the Trappers, with 1 second left, are going to send it the length of the ice. So Beamer will be first in on Borelli, who had a very busy first period. Dubriel knocks that one into the neutral zone. And it looks like we're getting another stoppage here. Maybe too many men? That's what it looks like it is. Yep, too many men against the Trappers. So after playing for a couple of seconds 5-on-5, we're back to a penalty for the Trappers with 46 seconds gone in the second period.
Yeah, Jacob Beamer, got that first goal and then coming out of the box. So that's what the Trappers are deciding who to send out right now for this penalty kill. And again, it's a chance for the Nickel Capitals to make it a one-goal game. This is a big power play for them.
And that's Nate Gravel in the box serving the bench minor. And the puck back to the point. Blocked away by McIver. And Nello tries to take a swipe at it. And it's right back in for the Nickel Capitals. Puck in deep. And the Trappers get away with it, and they are able to send it down the length of the ice as they had the Nickel Capital bench ducking for cover as the puck was coming their way. Left now behind Borelli's bench, or net I should say, not his bench. And Cowell steals it away, tries to carry it out front, but he loses the handle on it. That was Crane who got the puck up. And there was a bit of a high stick there on Crane, but no call coming on that. That's a good thing about having the cages at this level, Bob. Not going to have to worry about too much dental work. Capitals now with some speed. And that's going to be Couch that gets to it first. And it's going to be out of the reach of Dawson and go down the length of the ice. Rosso chasing after it. Borelli gets it up to the half wall. Dawson's there to block it down, but he loses the handle on it. 52 seconds left on the man advantage. And through the neutral zone was Shawana, who's knocked to the ice.
Rosso with quite the hit.
Got a mean streak in him for sure.
Oh.
Another big hit now, speaking of Rosso. And the Capitals now looking up ice.
Courtney, if that was me going in there, I'd still be there. The speed that these hockey players go into the boards at, and they slide right into them, and then they get right back up. But such a high-speed game. It
is. Puck sent down the ice. Borelli stops that one. Keep in mind, you're a little bit more agile and able to bounce back when you're that age, too.
You think?
Might be a little bit of a problem nowadays for us, but I remember sliding into the boards pretty fast and feet first, but I was never playing at this level. And the puck is up and into the stands. A couple of parents got a souvenir on that one, waving down to the ice. They're okay. And that's 2:59 gone in the second period now, and no score on that man advantage for the Capitals.
Yeah, so the penalty killing's been sharp the last couple times. I'm sure the coaches don't want to keep getting penalties, but they've weathered that storm. They late in the first period and early here in the second.
Yeah, the Trappers really showing they got some competitive fires to them in this one. St. Onge with the shot, it's blocked or it's deflected wide of the net. Now it's Dubril who finally got the monkey off the Capitals' backs with the first goal here in this one. St. Onge back to play it. Tries to chip it up the ice. And it's back in for the Capitals. Morris gets it up ice. Dubril takes a shot. McIver stops that one, but a big rebound, but no worry as the Trappers are able to stop that and get it going the other way. Sent down the length of the ice. Again, no icing as he was past the midway mark. Bradley, once again, one of the goal scorers for the Trappers, sends it around the back of the Capital zone. Trappers try to regain possession now in the offensive zone. Bit of a nifty move there by the Trappers to get around a couple of guys. That's Cowell. Goes cross ice to Boys. Boys looking for Cowell for the tip in the slot. It was just out of his reach. And a puck going down the length of the ice. That will have the legs for icing. And 15:48 now left in the second period.
I'm just thinking of the number of jobs Chris Dawson is doing tonight because he's the PA announcer, he's the general manager of the Voodoos, he's got a son playing, he's taking photos for Bay Today, and he's going to write a story too and probably talk to the Turcotte, who took part in the opening draw. So I think that's 5 jobs he's doing tonight.
And keep in mind, he also did play-by-play for the U16 game before this. The man, he doesn't have time to sleep. I don't know how he does it. I really don't.
It's got to be 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just saying, I've never seen Chris Dawson and Batman in the same room before, Bob. Cowell gets across ice, but it's knocked away. And he was also had a Voodoo's game last night to watch. Gravel into the corner for Cowell. Cowell gets a shot away. Another quick shot, and that one goes wide. Lees through the neutral zone. He's going to skate around. He's taken down. Goes into the boards. And the Trappers regain possession and dump it up to the far side half wall before it's dumped down the ice. And that one will have the length to go for icing as well.
That's a tough call for an official when a player goes down and then slides into the boards. What you have to look at is, was he brought down with a stick? Was he brought down with a trip? Or is it just part of the natural flow? And that was a good call by the officials.
Yeah, Adam Morrell, Jack Hannigan. Adam Morrell, one of the referees in this one. Jack Hannigan, a linesman.
Yeah, Adam does a lot of the OHL stuff for the Italian games.
He does. He also umpires in our North Bay Men's League. Man of many hats, as we're talking about Chris Dawson. Jack Hennigan plays on my team in the North Bay Men's League, so he told me I had to be nice to him tonight. I can't say anything too mean about him.
The team did well in the last week or so, I guess. Eh?
We did, winning the Fall League Championship. It was nice to see. It was a lot of fun baseball down the stretch, and I can't wait for next year. It's going to be fun trying to defend that crown. Lefebvre tries to get it out front. And it's going to go back the other way for the Capitals. Sent down McIver, no stranger they're not afraid to play the puck out of his net, I should say.
You're right, it does look so odd, right?
Right.
Compared to other leagues.
If that trapezoid wasn't there on this ice, it wouldn't really matter.
No.
But because the trapezoid's there because of the battalion, it looks really strange.
Yeah. What's he doing? What's he doing?
Yeah, you keep expecting to see the hand go up, and it doesn't. Capitals, big hit there by Lefebvre. We're going to get a whistle on that one as that one went for icing. But again, Lefebvre, not the biggest of bodies, but once again showing he's not afraid to throw his weight around a little bit.
No, it was a big guy that went down, and they're clean hits. They're not dirty hits. They're you know, because of his speed, he's able to get and make contact very quickly. Maybe a bigger player, a little slower. The player can move and change his body position, which can lead to injuries. So
Yeah.
that way his speed's an advantage for him.
Capitals through the neutral zone. Can't get it very far, though, before Thomason picks it up. Up to the near side half wall. And it's back to the point. Shot comes on net, and McIver had to be quick on that one. Trappers not really playing the same momentum type of game that they had in the first period.
No, the game's really settled down, hasn't it?
It has. Going the length of the ice, once again for icing.
You mentioned Jesse Lefebvre and battalion draft pick, and he has the body type in the game where you go, if you're on the other team, you can't stand him, but if he's on your team, you'll love it.
Yes.
Because he never gets, you know, he never quits. He just continues to play hard and aggressive, and great skater, and just a fun kid to watch.
Much like, again, his favorite player, Brad Marchand. We can sit here, you as a Flyers fan, me as a Leafs fan, say how much we hate Brad Marchand, but we would love to have Brad Marchand on the Leafs or the Flyers.
You bet.
Comes in Cowell with the shot. And it's knocked down by Borelli. Good opportunity there, almost opened it up a little bit. Couch stopping that one at the blue line, knocks it back in. Gravel skates it around back, and he loses the handle on it. Puck completely behind Borelli's net now. McComb gets it back up, but instead the Trappers pick it up, and it's quickly into the slot. And Couch would have had a golden grade A scoring chance there, but he lost the handle on it. Anello tries to get out of his zone, but the Trappers can't clear. Finally they do.
Yeah, if you're going to pinch, you know, you've got to control the puck, and he didn't, and could have led to a potential 2-on-1 for the other team here, the Nickel Capital team.
Dawson just flips it up and out and tries to skate after it.
That's also a play, Courtney, where you got to communicate to your teammates, saying, I'm going in, make sure someone covers me off there. And he did that, so no scoring chance.
Lefebvre skates it out. On the backhand chance, Borelli had to be strong on that one and turns that one aside. Puck goes through the middle of the ice. Lefebvre right back in the thick of things. Lays it behind the net. Boys tried to find out front a Trappers teammate, but he couldn't get it. Now coming in is Lefebvre. Lefebvre brings it in. He had Anthony Boys with him there. The forward side of the two boys in this game. We also have Ethan Boys on defense. Had a bit of a 2-on-1 advantage, but he skated it in. Lefebvre maybe ran out of space a little bit, as you know, he got in pretty tight to that goalie. Almost think maybe he should have passed it, but still another good scoring chance for Jesse Lefebvre in the second period.
Yeah, Ethan Boys, 6'1", 190, and Anthony Boys, 6 feet, 175. So again, a little more pasta. One plays defense and one plays forward. So, but they're both similar height there, 6 feet and 6'1".
Puck comes into McIver, who covers that one up. It's 5-1 for the Powassan Voodoos now in Noelville over the French River Rapids.
And those are the games that are tough to win, right? After you've beaten them the previous game, and you want to, you know, the other team wants a little payback, and you get more emotion in those games because it is a back-to-back scenario. So,
well, I can tell you with the way that Voodoos game ended last night, it looked like there was going to be a lot of emotion as there was a late hit on French River, and the head coach and general manager of the Rapids, Paul Frastraglio, wasn't very impressed with the late hit. Wasn't very impressed with our selection of the 3 stars either that I had a hand in as I was doing PA for that game, as he told me in some nice words after the game. That's the thing about doing PA and Powassan, Bob. You're not like up here. You're down in between the benches.
Yeah, you can hear everything. Right?
Exactly. McIver out to play the puck. And that will be good for that Voodoo's team, who's been hasn't been able to really hit their stride yet this year. They've been scuffling a little bit, so. Anello loses the handle on it. Dubril now takes the shot. And a couple of whacks at it. McIver had to be strong on that one. It's back to Dubril in the slot, but instead, shot coming in from the point just went wide. Hit a couple of bodies in front. Trappers scuffling a little bit here on this one. But now some great speed by Beamer. And he doesn't get the puck on it, but just the speed that we saw of him to get down the ice as Gravel now coming off the bench had to be careful of too many men, but picks it up after his man successfully swapped off. Looking up ice for the Capitals. They get to the neutral zone for Morris. Morris tries to flip it in, and it misses his intended target of Crane, the captain. Trappers in their own zone. Ethan Boys tries to get it out. Nice chip back in until Boys just chips it out for Beamer to chase after it. And he overskates that one and clearly goes offside. So an easy call there for Mr. Jack Hennigan, who's doing a bang-up job.
He is, actually.
Yes.
The officiating now part of the story. They're having a solid game, and I thought we'd see more goals in this period. We haven't had any yet. It's still 3-1.
No, it's almost like this is the first period where they're trying to figure each other out a little bit, it feels like, but they've already played 20 minutes. Lefebvre with the shot. Borelli kicks that one aside. Lefebvre keeps a handle on it. It's knocked into the boards. Gets it back. Tries to get to the blue line, but instead it's going to go back into the Trappers' zone. Anello looks up ice. Doesn't get very far. Got caught up in the equipment of Caleb Dawson there for a moment. Oh, that looked like it seemingly, as we're going to get a goaltender interference call here, but that quick shot from the point didn't look very dangerous till it deflected a couple of guys and got past McIver, but it went wide. And then we're going to get, as I mentioned, goaltender interference here as a Capitals player just kind of ran right into him and knocked the net off of its moorings.
And good composure by the Trappers, not overreacting, knowing they're going to get a penalty, and that's Lee's. That's his second penalty in the game for the Nickel Capitals team. So a chance for the Trappers, who lead this one 3-1 with 8:04 left in the second period, to get something going here on the man advantage. They've had opportunities, but they've either got penalties or just haven't produced.
Cross blue line pass for Boys. Knocked back in. And Bradley, Heath that is. I haven't seen Grayson out there, his brother, so I believe Heath is the only one playing here this evening. And Cowell now is being surrounded by Dubril. Dubril now comes in. And he had McIver down and out, but he wasn't able to get a shot away. And what a effort by Dubril there on the shorthanded attempt.
I think the Nickel Capital team wanted a hooking call there against the Trappers, looking at the coaches.
Coming back in now, the Trappers with another chance. They can't get it past somehow Borelli as he was moving all over his crease there. Shots blocked there. Dubril almost could have had maybe a break, but instead he just goes to send it down the length of the ice. Cowell to Gravel. And Lefebvre was just a step ahead. So the minute 06 left in the power play, we're going to get another stoppage here, Bob.
Yeah, it's Trappers had a couple of really good chances a moment ago to score on the man advantage, and but so did the Nickel Capital team. They came close shorthanded. We've seen both teams get shorthanded chances here tonight.
This is what makes the penalties and special teams so fun, when you open up that ice just a little bit. Rosso, as there's a delayed offside, as Dawson was about 5 feet into the zone. McIver goes out to play it. It hops over his stick, and Sudbury will be the first one to get it. That's Antonini. But Trappers quick going the other way. Dawson, or Boys, leaving it back, and now it's going to be Couch that skates it in from the point. Coach looking for some options. Here's Dawson now. Cross ice to Rosso. Rosso back to Dawson. Dawson looking cross ice, but a great sliding effort there by the Capitals. Stops that one. But Dawson has possession back to Lefebvre. Lefebvre back to Dawson. Dawson to Lefebvre, and Lefebvre gets a quick one away, but it's stopped. Back to Couch at the point. 4 seconds left now. Couch back over to Dawson. Dawson tries to go cross ice. Another great block attempt there by St. Onge. Dawson sends it back in. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Russo goes after it. Boyes picking it up, however. Anthony Boyes skates around with it, tries to get to Russo. Russo winds up and takes the shot. And maybe took a little bit of time there, but instead, a good rebound now, and the Nickel Capitals are going the other way. Losing the handle on it, however, though. A little bit of bad puck luck there. And quickly, it's Cowell now in all alone. Cowell comes in, and he roofs it over Borelli's glove hand with 5:27 left in the second period. We have a 4-1 hockey game.
Caden Cowell's had a strong game up front, and he was just left alone in the zone, and they forgot about him. And nice stretch pass, and Cowell took his time, but kept his speed up as well, and then just squeezed it under the pads of A.J. Borelli, making it a 4-1 game. I was going to say, if the next goal is going to be huge, and could make it a 1-goal game or a 3-goal game, and the Trappers get it, and they're in control again.
And you know what? Even though it's 4 goals against, I don't think Borelli's had himself a bad game in net for Sudbury.
No, he's played well.
Cowell, once again, the most recent goal scorer, gets the puck up into the neutral zone for Beamer. And it looks like we're getting another stoppage here. So another chance at the man advantage for the Trappers. So the rich get richer, as so they speak.
And I'm sure if you ask the Trappers coaches, they want to see the power play a little more productive than it's been tonight. Penalty killing's been good. 5-on-5 play has been fine, but they've had some chances, and they've either got penalties or just haven't produced with the man advantage.
Into the center for Rosso. Speaking of trying to produce, what a great effort there in the first 9 seconds of that power play. As a quick bang-bang pass around the zone for that one. And I should just say that's Dominic Morris in the box, an 05 birth year. That's serving the 2-minute penalty.
How about the bobsled routine by one of the officials there, sliding into the play? Losing a little balance, and he's got all the ice shavings on his pants now.
That's Mr. Hennigan once again.
See, he got that move. You're being very nice to him tonight.
I am, but he got that move from playing baseball, sliding into second and all that.
Very, very cool move, though.
Yeah.
Wanted to make sure that nothing happened, any pushing and shoving between the two teams there.
I asked him if he's ever been sucker punched when trying to break up a fight, and he said yes, many times. Lefebvre skates it in. Looks to take the shot. It goes wide of the net. And the puck goes down.
It's great, actually. Seriously, they're out here, and I know, there's a lot of use of officials going on in the hockey world, and
yep.
These guys deserve a lot of credit and for supporting minor hockey, and we should do all we can to support officials.
Another delayed penalty coming up, and it'll be against the Nickel Capitals.
So the official on that was Cowell from Lefebvre at 5:27, and what a period for Jesse Lefebvre. I think he's been the best player on either team this period.
I have to agree with you. That's Duguay now going into the box. So we'll have a 5-on-3 for at least, for 59 seconds.
Yeah, so they're putting their big guns out there, Gravel and Cowell and Nello. So they expect a little production here, the coaches do, with this 2-man advantage for almost a minute.
Nello goes cross ice. They can't get a shot away as it didn't go all the way. That was Curry that had the wide open net. Nello back to pick up the puck. Swaps place with Cowell. Nello looks up to Cowell. Cowell with some speed into the offensive zone, skates around the net. tries to get it out front. It's blocked in front, but the Trappers regroup. Cowell back to Anello. Anello goes cross ice, and they try to take a shot. It goes wide, and after it hits the boards, the puck's going to go all the way back down to the Trappers zone. 15 seconds left on the 5-on-3.
Caden Cowell, 6'1". He's got a great body type, isn't it? He's very fleet of foot out there. Fun guy to watch.
Anello, 4 seconds left. Takes the puck back. Gives it to Gravel. Gravel fakes the shot. Back to Gravel. As it's now 5-on-4 for 55 seconds. And the puck's going to be sent down as Morris takes Anello down at the bench. McIver, once again picking up that puck in that do not play zone if you're in the OHL. And the Trappers look to regroup here with 2.5 minutes left in the second. Skating around the ice, or around the offensive zone. That's Gravel who loses the handle on it. And Antonini going the other way. Anthony Boyes going cross ice. Trappers quickly get it back into the offensive zone. Lazarus being all sorts of problems back there, but Boyes comes away with it. Boyes going into the slot for Dawson, who just sends it wide. Now we're going to be back to 5-on-5 hockey now. Couch loses the handle on the boards. And now we got a scrum in the near side corner, just under 2 minutes left in the second. And we're going to get the puck go all the way down into the Trappers zone. No icing, however. Duguay sends the puck around. Trappers will be the first ones on that one, and they get it back up into the neutral zone. Lefebvre tries to chop it down. Again, taking on guys that are almost like have a whole foot on them. He's able to just throw his weight around and still get some results as we see Lees and Lefebvre kind of chatting with each other there. I don't think they're too happy with one another.
Well, Lefebvre gave him a little two-hander on the skates.
Yeah.
Lees had something to say, and off they go. But I think next practice, I think the Trappers are going to spend some time in their power play.
I think so too.
I mean, yes, they had a two-man advantage, and they controlled the puck most of the time, but there weren't a lot of great chances, one-on-one chances, and sometimes just, moving the puck a little quicker, a little faster, maybe a more east to west, not hold on to it as much, just get it to your teammate across the way, make the defense play quicker.
Shot attempt now. That's coming from Gravel. It gets out to Boyes at the point, who sends it back cross ice to Gravel. Gravel fanning on his attempt to get it back in. And now it's back out to the neutral zone for Boyes to pick up. 45 seconds left in the second. Boyes taking a bit of a late hit from Smith. Cowell getting around his man, but it's left for Gravel. Going the other way now is Crane. Gets it up ice. Big hit there by Boyes, leveled on Smith.
Nice shoulder there.
Yeah, those two guys were enjoying each other's company there in that little shift that they were going on. Puck back into the Sudbury zone, but only momentarily as Sudbury sends it right back to the Trappers. Thomason with 20 seconds left on the clock. Looking for some options, getting his guys set up for one last push here. And he gets it up to Boyes, who misses it, and the Capitals are just going to send it back in. McIver's going to play it. And then that'll about do it here for the second period of play. So through 40 minutes, it's a 4-1 hockey game in favor of the U18 Trappers over the Sudbury Nickel Capitals. So, Bob, we asked you the question after the first. What did you think of that second period?
Well, a solid period by both teams. The Trappers getting the only goal by Caden Cowell. The game really settled down. It wasn't really as wide open as the first period was. More physical play, but certainly the Trappers feel better about the game right now, up 4-1 than Sudbury does. But it'll be interesting how this game evolves in the third period, because if Sudbury gets the next one, it's a two-goal game again. So a good effort by both teams that period, but Trappers in pretty good shape after 40 minutes.
And they've looked pretty good as well, like you mentioned, but we'll have to see if this 4-1 lead holds in the third period. After this intermission, we'll be right back on the front line.
Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
You to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor.
For families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
To the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
Financial advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor.
For families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
And we're back for third period action here between the U18 Nickel Capitals and the U18 North Bay Trappers. It's 4-1 in favor of the Trappers here before the final 20 minutes of play. And let's just hear from our period sponsor.
This period is brought to you by Canadore Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news or access the alumni job portal. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks for more information.
I don't know about you, Bob, but that guy that voices that Canadore commercial sounds like a pretty good announcer to me.
Oh, my goodness.
While we get underway here, we'll hear from Bob here at the first whistle. And it's again 4-1 with 10 seconds into this third period. The Trappers trying to get out of their zone. And it's quickly out front and a quick shot. And it's over the net of McIver. And then it took a bit of a fortunate bounce for Sudbury, but didn't go in the back of the net, thankfully, for the Trappers' sake. Puck behind the net for Bradley. Bradley gets it back out to Thomason, who takes the shot. It's deflected in front by Curry and goes wide. Back on the attack, that's Antonini. Going up for Levesque. Levesque takes the shot. McIver let out a bit of a juicy rebound. Nobody there to take that one, though. Levesque once again gets the puck up. But the Trappers can't get out of their zone. Thomason loses the handle on it. Tries to chip it up. Back to Thompson on the Sudbury blue line. And McIver goes back out to play it. Thomason with some time just tries to get it up through the center of the ice. But it's stopped there before it's knocked through the center. And Beamer is going to get a slashing penalty here on a delayed call. Trappers getting that one, and we'll get our first whistle, and we'll bring in Bob for the first official time this period. Bob?
Only one goal in that second period. That was by Caden Cowell from Jesse Lefebvre at 5:27. So after a 4-goal first period, 3 of them scored by the Trappers, just 1 goal in the second period. And a tough shift for Beamer. He gets a penalty, and then he spilled into the boards, and he's favoring, it looks like his lower body, might be his leg. So he's a little pain down there while he serves his penalty.
Well, he'll have 2 minutes, like in the box here to think about that and nurse that little injury as we get back underway with the Capitals. So far, all the goals coming 5-on-5. And still no score update on the Voodoo's game. It's a 5-1 game there, though, however.
Well, here's the thing. 5-on-5 goals, but a lot of power plays, a lot of special teams.
Yeah.
But it's been a strange one that way.
There's definitely been a lot of options to try and get some man advantage goals going here. Anello tries to go after it, but that's going to be Morrison behind the net. And they're going to get the puck down through the neutral zone into the Sudbury end, and they're going to go for a quick change now. As Sudbury with Crane behind the net. Crane loses the handle on it. Bradley almost had a chance, but Crane was able to get it back up to St. Onge. So again, Beamer in the box for slashing. He's got 45 seconds left in that penalty before we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. And boys can't get the puck past the blue line as Shawana is able to get it back in before St. Onge dumps it in. Back to Shawana. Shawana cross ice for St. Onge. St. Onge takes the shot. It was going to go wide. Maybe it was a pass, but it still hit a skate in front and doesn't go any further. Good clearing attempt here for the Trappers. And the puck's going to go down the length of the ice. No icing as we're still on the man advantage. 15 seconds to go. Puck comes out front. Bradley had no idea where it was, so he couldn't pounce on that one. And now we have a shorthanded goal in the Voodoo's Rappers game. Former Powassan Voodoo Jacob Paye gets them on the board. It's 5-2. Blocked shot there by the Trappers, and we're back to 5-on-5.
Yeah, less than a minute to go in that one, Courtney.
Thompson skates it in. And now Dawson with it, being urged on by the bench with wheels. Cowell gets the puck and skates it in, tries to get Dawson in for a tip, but it was in his skates. Puck goes around the zone. Lees, who's been in the box a couple of times when we're talking about man advantages here.
Good penalty killing by, Courtney, good penalty killing by the Trappers, but you wouldn't have known that Sudbury had a power play, would you? It's, unless you counted players on the ice. It's been that kind of game for both teams, special teams. There's
a couple of moments here, where the Trappers have looked like they've been on the power play when they've been shorthanded. Nello tries to dump that one in, but instead it's going to be Dubray coming in. Dubray with the shot, and great stick on the back check by Boys to knock that one away, and then Dubray couldn't get a shot off.
Yeah, second time that's happened to Anello where, he struggled getting the puck out of harm's way at the blue line and leads to a break, but no harm with he had some support back there.
Lefebvre leaves it for Rosso. And it's lost in the middle of the ice as a couple of bodies converge on the puck. Sudbury tries to come away with it. But Lefebvre knocks that one away before Sudbury gets possession again. In for icing, and we're going to get another stoppage here with just over 5 minutes played in the third.
Yeah, the Trappers raced off to a 3-0 lead. Sudbury got its only goal. Its first of the season before the period was over, and one goal in the second, scoreless in the third with 14:56 left. The Trappers seemingly in control, but still a lot of time left.
Blowing a tire in the corner, that was Shawana. He's taking his time to get up as he slammed his back into the boards. And the puck did make it out of the zone. Lazarus giving it back to Shawana. The only thing hurt there is his pride, I'm sure.
Yes, a little embarrassing for the young man, but he got up and he's okay though.
Trappers looking to go up ice, and up ice they do go as Lefebvre, who arguably was probably the Trappers' best player in that second period, got the puck into the zone and no further. Rosso now skates it in. Leaves it back to his trailer. He takes the shot. It's blocked away by Borelli, I should say. Not, although you could argue it was going to miss the net regardless. Going up ice. That one just out of the reach of the Trappers player. Lazarus goes cross ice. And now Dubé goes after it. And we're going to get another icing here. 13:56 left in the third period. But I can tell you right now, as a Leafs fan, 4-1 lead. Not the safest lead in hockey, Bob.
I've heard you can lose games. You're up 4-1 in the third.
Even 5-1.
Even 8-1.
Yeah. I'm
Too
still
soon?
angry. Still angry. I'm gonna burn all my Jays merchandise. It's something. You know what? I saw a gentleman. Duguay takes a shot. It goes wide. I saw a gentleman on Global News afterwards that says, "Toronto's done. We don't deserve to have sports, except for the Raptors." Shout out to Masai, and I agree with him. There's something about that city, Bob. It's just not allowed to have fun when it comes to sports. And the Argos too, but that's a CFL level, right? So Bradley trying to chip that one in. Boys trying to go into the center of the ice. And Couch stops that attempt. Boys looking to go cross ice. Bradley knocks it down. Can't get the shot away. Couch pinching in. Gets it back to Bradley, and it's back to Couch on the far side half wall. Couch trying to get the juggling puck to settle down, and he can't. 7 minutes now gone in this third period. And Lees is going to chase after that one and kick the puck away, and now Boys picks it back up. That was Ethan Boys, of course, the two brothers playing in this one. And the puck's knocked back in.
That's going to be fun for the folks, seeing their two brothers on the same team at this advanced stage in their hockey development.
Yep. It's like the Christopoulos twins at one point with the battalion.
Yeah.
Or even the Sedines, I'm sure their parents were basically, as the puck gets back into the Trapper zone, I'm sure their parents back in the day were basically had resigned to the fact that Dawson was waiting for that one, but it gets away from him. But they were resigned to the fact that, their sons could be playing at different ends of the continent. And instead, Brian Burke, with a legendary draft day deal, gets both of the Sedines on one team.
Yep, second and third.
No one remembers who went first in that draft, Patrick Stefan. He's only really remembered for one thing, though.
Missing the empty net.
And Ray Ferraro saying, "Patrick Stefan, you should be ashamed of yourself," his former teammate.
Edmonton-Dallas game.
Yeah. Former teammate Ray Ferraro there in Atlanta. Anello with the puck, looking up ice. And it's quickly lost in front to the Cubs, or not the Cubs, rather, the Capitals. That's going to be dumped down the ice. And it's official. 5-2 is the victory for the Voodoo, so picking up 4 possible points against the Rapids this weekend. Anello crosses over the blue line. Looks to go to the center of the ice, but he can as it hit a skate. Rosso now leaves it for Lefebvre. Lefebvre looking back to Anello.
Somebody missed a hit and hit his own teammate there.
Yeah.
Trapper got out of the way, and it was like a sandwich down there.
Wires crossing. Those are the hits that are more dangerous because you don't expect them from your own teammate, right? So you're not bracing or anything. Could have been a dangerous opportunity.
10:42 left. Well, good sweep for the Voodoos against the rivals from French River.
Speaking of dangerous plays, Bob, what'd you think of that incident with Liam Arnsby in the battalion game there on Thursday?
I don't know. I mean, it's sort of his game, isn't it? But it could have backfired on both players, right?
Well, he didn't see it coming, and the next thing he became a willing combatant. He was unwilling at first, and then...
Yeah, it wasn't your typical fight, right?
No. Coming in, Bradley takes the shot. It's blocked by Thompson.
When the player fell back there, that could have been dangerous.
Yep. Shot comes in. McIver kicks that one away.
And that's what, Arnsby is probably being told at the NHL level, right? Don't fight so much, pick your spots, that sort of thing.
Speaking of fighting, helmet's coming off in the corner. And we're getting some punches being thrown, albeit with the mitts still on. But one Trappers player ends up with his helmet off. So you got to think we're going to see a couple of penalties here, Bob.
Yeah, it looked like Heath Bradley, the Trapper player, didn't want to go instantly, but...
Morris being kicked out. He's being shown the gate at the 10-minute mark.
I think Morris is getting additional calls there. And it looks like Bradley, who's just going to get 5 for fighting.
Well, Bradley's gone as well.
But it'll be interesting if you get, because usually if you get an instigating call you'll get 2, 5, and a 10-minute. So, and with 10 minutes to go, that would be the game. So it'll be interesting how they call this.
Yeah, the Arnsby incident, I mean, he did start it by going by and elbowing the player in the corner. But then Guriev basically came after him and tried to pull him to the ice. All I saw were the gloves flying through the air. It was almost slow motion.
But what happens sometimes is when you don't expect it, your body isn't in position to brace for it, right?
No, exactly.
And that's what that looked like.
Well, that's what I mean with the hit down here with the two Sudbury players.
Yeah, like it looked like the Peterborough player or the North Bay player was unbalanced when and it became a wrestling match after that. But
so that's 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. So both players getting 2 minutes for roughing and 10 minutes for misconduct for that incident as the puck comes out in front of Borelli and is kicked in front, and he just blocks that one down.
Surprised they gave him 2 minutes because it looked like a fight to me.
Well, it was a fight and everything but taking the gloves off, basically.
It looked like you and Matt Sukram at the buffet line before a battalion game there.
Yeah. Don't come between us and our buffet, Bob. We're going to be throwing elbows and fists. And
with only one plate left, it was like the two of you going for it there.
Yeah. Derek's the best at a buffet line, though. You got to see him.
Well, yeah, he has to have seconds every time.
He's on all-you-can-eat wing night. I think his record is like 46 or something, which is absolutely ridiculous. I got the 12 in me, and I'm like, I'm good, thank you. 9:12 left in the third, 4-1 hockey game. And a bit of a sandwich there on a Capitals player and two Trappers. Now this game's getting a little testy now here.
Well, yeah,
9 minutes left.
4-1. They're rivals. They've played already this year.
Clock's still ticking. Sorry, go ahead, Bob.
Yeah. Yeah, the clock is moving. I don't know if there's a time situation, but it's still going. It started counting at 8:50. Now there's 8:35 left. I don't know if they have a running clock or they've just haven't stopped it yet. I think they're being told now.
Well, it was not 9 minutes when I first noticed it.
Stopped at 8:29.
Yeah, they finally stopped it, but they're going to have to reset it now.
9 minutes, according to our crack staff down below. Chris Dawson letting us know that info.
Oh, it's going back up to 8:48 instead.
Well, it was running at 8:50.
Yeah.
So.
If I'm Sudbury, that's a grievance. Boys, skating the puck up the ice.
A grievance? What? That's a union word, isn't it?
I'd be complaining to the league anyways. I work in a unionized environment, Bob. Grievance everything. You made me come to work today? Grievance. Puck comes in, McIver with the save. He's sprawling. They're able to keep the puck out, and he gets back up and quickly closes the 5-hole as there was a quick shot from Lazarus from the point. And McIver was in the process of getting up when he unloaded on that shot, but he was able to close the 5-hole real quick. And you know what I have to say? I've been impressed a lot with this battalion draft pick of Marcus McIver, Michael McIver.
No relation to Marcus McIver, who, of course, was here for a couple of years after starting his OHL career with the battalion in Brampton. But yeah, he's a battler in there. He's played a very strong game, and I mean, Sudbury's had chances tonight.
Puck comes out front to Dawson, and he can't get that one to go.
But he's shut the door most of the night. I mean, he's looked very good back there.
He has, and even then on that one goal against, quick shot coming in from Lees, they were given about 3 or 4 chances to whack that in, that is, the Nickel Capitals, before it finally got to the back of the net, right? So, McIver doing his part for sure.
I think Coach Sanders will be, happy with the result.
Mm-hmm.
Being up 3 goals with less than 8 minutes to go, but there's things to work on in the defensive coverage.
McIver now diving cross crease to make a nice save on that one.
And on the special teams as well.
Thompson back to the point, takes the shot. That's a blocked shot by the Trappers.
That's a situation where McIver didn't hold on to the puck, but he didn't give up on the play either. He battled and he dove across, as you said, and he was able to keep the puck out. That's really good. That someday you're going to have nights like that where you're just not catching it with your glove as well as you can, and you're going to have to battle through some of those scenarios, and that showed me a lot.
Have to agree, he's looked really good. I think Borelli, to his credit, has looked good as well. We talked about him already. Trappers through the neutral zone. Lefebvre tries to knock it in, then trips up a Nickel Capital player right in front of the referee, so you know that one's not going to fly. So Lefebvre will go and sit for 2 minutes.
I can see. Yeah. Jesse Lefebvre is saying, "Who, me? Hey."
Who, me? Not me. Couldn't be.
He had a couple of words for his opponent there. Bryson Smith. And the officials had to separate them. So this is a good chance for Sudbury. Make it a 2-goal game. Still 7:01 left, Courtney, so a lot of hockey still to go.
Now we're going to get a timeout as well, it looks like. Adam Morrell signaling for a timeout. Or he signaled for a timeout, but now they're going down into the Sudbury zone. And now we're going to get another penalty. Smith,
he was involved with Lefebvre, and I don't know if something else was said. And they're sort of jawing at each other in their respective penalty boxes. Chris Dawson separating them though, so no worries.
Well, we got 4-on-4 hockey for a solid 2 minutes. And the puck's back to the point for Thomason. Takes the shot right into the chest of Borelli. 6:45 left in the third period. Just waiting to hear what the penalty call against Smith is.
And that's a good save by Borelli, because if you let it hit the chest and bounce out, it leads to a potential scoring chance. But he used the chest to hold on to it and get the whistle. 4-on-4 right now after those 2 penalties.
We're going to have the meeting of the minds here of the referees before we get a drop of the puck. Sudbury winning that one, and now off to the races is the Nickel Capitals. Coming in with the shot, and looking calm and cool on that one is Mike McIver, who stopped that one with the glove.
Just looking amongst the crowd, a lot of support for the players as they, that's the advantage when you play Sudbury. You can make the trip and support your family member who's on the ice, whether it's for the team in blue or the team in red.
So the official word on the penalty to Smith, unsportsmanlike conduct. So as you mentioned, Bob, something must have been said after that penalty. And you can think that the Nickel Capitals won't be happy with that one as a quick shot comes in from Gravel and is blocked down by Borelli, and he held on to that one for a while.
Yeah, he was looking for the whistle, didn't get it.
No. So the Nickel Capitals going the other way. Another quick break, but it's taken away by a good stick by Gravel. And what a defensive effort by Nate Gravel in order to take that one away without taking a penalty.
Yeah, it's always fun to see those offensive players show their defensive skills.
Cowell going after it into the corner. Battling hard with Antonini. Now behind the net. It's frozen by McIver though as he gets a hold of that one. 5:45 left in the third period.
So what's coming up on the game day broadcast, Courtney? What's happening?
Well, our next broadcast, it'll be our 4th in 4 days as we get another penalty here for the Trappers. Will be tomorrow at 2:30 between these two teams again. The Nickel Capital U18 team and the North Bay Trappers U18 team. So basically getting used to all the names here tonight, and we'll be even better for it tomorrow. Then after that, we'll have another podcast. Rumor has it, a number 24 for the North Bay Battalion will be the guest this week. And then after that, we'll be back in action with the Battalion game next Thursday, Bob. So bit of a busy couple of weeks here for the Frontline broadcast.
Yeah, 2 home games for the Battalion next week.
Yeah. So 2 minutes for boarding to Anello. So 4 on 3 for another 30 seconds. Dubray with the puck. Let's go cross ice. That's Thompson who shoots that one. It's stopped by McIver. I keep wanting to call him Marcus. It's a little tough, but here we are. And then, of course, I forgot to mention we got some Voodoo's games and Lakers games coming up next week as well. So should be a busy one again. We had 4 games in 4 days here. We'll have 4 games. We'll have 5 games in 4 days next week, actually, with the Trappers. So the Trappers and Voodoos both play Friday night. Good thing our friends Matt and Derek know more about the Lakers than I do, so they'll be taking care of that one. As there's going to be a high sticking call coming to the Nickel Capitals here, as they tried to stop that one from going down the ice with a high stick. So still 9 seconds on those first 2 penalties before it becomes a 5-on-4 penalty with 5:10 left here in the third, Bob.
Yeah, it's been a strange game, right? A lot of all the goals 5-on-5, a lot of penalties right now. And neither team really able to take advantage of the opportunities when they've had the man advantage.
Dawson couldn't get his clearing attempt to go as we're back to 5-on-4. Lefebvre back in the play, and so with Smith. Takes the shot. McIver holds on to that one with a high shoulder save.
Yeah, that was a tough one for McIver, but he was in good position. 1:03 left in the Trappers penalty, just 4:48 on the clock, but it's early in the year, and the special teams, sometimes, especially the power play, typically they take some teams a while to get it going, just because power play is all about timing and moving the puck quickly and getting guys in a good position to score, and that sometimes takes chemistry too is an issue, so sometimes that takes longer than, say, penalty killing, I think, is easier than, because it's all about hustle and effort and good goaltending. But the power play sometimes takes longer to get going.
Yeah, and this is really the Trappers' only second game of the year, and it's against the same opponent that they just played. So their first 3 games, all against the same opponent here in the Great North U18 League, under the brand of the NOHA. Played baseball with a couple of NOHA guys as well who were on the broadcast when we were in Sudbury talking about the green armband initiative that they have for referees to avoid discrimination and hate. As you mentioned earlier, they're all here to just kind of, help the game along, as we got 20 seconds left here on the man advantage, and Thompson's pass hits a body and goes down the length of the ice into the Sudbury zone. Lee's chasing after it. 3:56 left here in the third. 10 seconds left on the man advantage. Rosso taking the hit from Lees. Sudbury still has possession. Trying to take the shot, fan on it. And now we're back to 5-on-5 as Anello tries to play that puck as he skates across the ice and then goes for a line change. Trappers coming up with it. Boys looking up ice. Dawson just kicks it up to Rosso. Back to Dawson. And Coach, it was behind him a little bit. Dawson skating after it. He's going to be first on it. Tries to get it back out to Rosso, who wasn't ready for the pass. And the other way go the Nickel Capitals. Trappers. Boy is taking the hit. And it's left for Couch. Rosso tries to flip it up for Dawson to chase after it, but it didn't get past Sudbury. I think speaking of Caleb Dawson, I think the last 3 games that we've been to that I've seen with Caleb Dawson, he scored a goal in each game. And that was dating back to his U16 year last year. And then, of course, scoring with the Voodoos, and now in this one as well.
Well, that's what he brings to the table, right? He's a good skater, and his job is to score goals. That's sort of his job on this team, and work with his line mates. He's not a physical player, but if you're a one-trick pony, so to speak.
Yep.
And if you can score goals, it's going to help your team win. That's what it's all about.
I'll never admit it to his face, but he's fun to watch. Puck goes cross ice. Lefebvre going after it. Tries to knock it down the ice, but it hits the linesman. Gravel stopping up. He's knocked over. Big hit there for the Nickel Capitals. Smith goes the other way.
A lot of physical play down the stretch here.
Yep. That one turned away by McIver. Trappers with possession of it and now in their zone. Lefebvre almost loses the handle on it, but he's able to whack that one away. Minute 40 now left in the third period. Puck goes down the ice. Nickel Capitals are going to have to chase after it. Lefebvre is in there with a scrum. Minute 25 here. It's been a while since a whistle as well, Bob.
Been a while since a goal. Not since the 5.5 minute mark of the second period.
Rosso skates it in, looking to do what he can. There's one right there, Bob. It's almost as if you looked into the crystal ball and said, here we go. The North Bay Trappers are due. With a minute 10 left on the clock, it's a 5-1 hockey game.
Well, that really puts it away. There wasn't much doubt, but nice for these fans to see a goal down the stretch for the home side, and that's an exciting play, lots of speed, and a good finish there by the Trapper player.
And they're going to get the puck and give that to the trainer as well.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
We'll have that coming up post-game. 5-1 hockey game. There's no shot total here, but I can tell you that Mike McIver's been very busy. I think we might see him on that list. Puck goes down the ice, another icing call.
Trappers goal scored by number 12, Kane Savage.
That's Kane Savage picking up the goal. He's an affiliate player on this Trappers team, so picking up his first in the Great North U18 League. Quickly upcoming league games we got tomorrow. Then they'll be playing the U16 Nickel Capitals in Powassan on the 29th. And then in New Liskeard for a date with the Cubs on the 11th of November and heading up to Kapuskasing on the 12th.
Got some tournaments coming up too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here either at the next whistle or post-game. Right now, Trappers looking to close out a 5-1 victory as the puck just goes wide of the net. Boys tries to keep it up close to it. He gets it back out to his brother. And the puck goes to the blue line, but not out. But finally, the Trappers get it out. Now Ethan Boys with it, or rather Anthony Boys gets it in. And there was Ethan on the doorstep. Back to Anthony. Anthony up to his brother Ethan, goes cross ice. That might have been offside, and that's what it's called with 14.1 seconds left in this game. 5-1 victory. So, Bob, why don't you tell us a little bit about the upcoming tournaments here for those U18 Trappers?
Yeah, one coming up pretty soon. 21st, 23rd of October, the Clash in the YGK. That's in Kingston. I got the big nickel tournament in Sudbury coming up November 4th through 6th. Then the 18th to the 20th, the Clarkson University Showcase, and December 9th to 11th down in Vaughan. So a lot of key tournaments in addition to all the Great North Midget League regular season schedule. We'll keep these young guys busy.
And that's going to do it for this one. 5-1 victory here for the U18 Trappers. And of course, well, they finally got their first goal on the season off the stick of Caden Dubray. They still have to wait to get their first victory for the Nickel Capitals. A good solid victory here for the Trappers all together. And you know what's funny, you talk about the Big Nickel tournament coming up in Sudbury. I had never seen the Big Nickel before this year. I finally went to go see it. And then I took my mom to see it recently, and the first thing she says, it's her first time seeing it, it's not that big. I said, have you seen the size of a nickel, Mom? It's pretty big compared to a regular nickel.
If you missed some of this game, Give you the highlights. Jacob Beamer opened the scoring in the first period for the Trappers. Caleb Dawson made it 2-0. And another Trappers goal in the first by Heath Bradley made it 3-0. You mentioned Caden DeBrill got Sudbury's only goal that came in the first period. 3-1 after one. Then young Mr. Cowell, Caden Cowell, made it 4-1 with a goal at 5:27 of the second. And affiliated player Kane Savage got the game's final goal, making a 5-1 final, a win for Michael McIver in net for the Trappers, taking the loss. A.J. Borelli for Sudbury. So North Bay 2-0 against Sudbury this season, and they'll go for a 3-0 advantage tomorrow afternoon here at the Gardens at 2:30.
Quickly, there is no 3 stars of the game presentation. So, Bob, why don't we give our best thoughts as to the 3 stars? I think if we talk about 3 stars, I think starting off my list is Michael McIver for sure. I think he had a really good game in net for the Trappers.
I'm going to go with Caden Cowell. He really impressed me in this one. He got a goal. He assisted on Beamer's opening goal. So he's my pick.
Yeah, those are our 2. Now we just need a third one, and we can take from a lot of them. I think
Jesse Lefebvre.
Jesse Lefebvre, for sure. I think he had a great game as well, and there were moments where I think he was the best Trappers player in that second period, and for long stretches of this game, and the Battalion have to be ecstatic about the player that they have on their hands that's developing under their nose, and him and Mike McIver, I would say.
Yeah, really impressed with McIver. I mean, this could have been, this could have been a 6-4 type of game. Special teams really not the part of it, but I think, but you got to give it to McIver. The Sudbury, they got lots of chances. They had a few breakaways, and he came up big. And I think for the Trappers, they're going to have to, work on their power play. They had that 2-man advantage, and they didn't get much. So, but when your coach, when you win by 4 goals. And there's still things to work on. That tells you got a lot of talent, and you're a good team, and you're going to have a good season.
Well, that'll do it for our 3 stars. And we'll come back with our final thoughts here in just a moment.
Tonight's 3 stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
And once again, a 5-1 hockey game here for the U18 Trappers. Will be back at it again tomorrow at 2:30 versus the same Sudbury U18 Nickel Capitals, and we'll have to see who gets the start in net. I think McIver, we didn't see Perkart dress in this one, so I don't think he'll be in net, but McIver again looking really good, and like you mentioned, lots of teaching points for Coach Doug Sanders to show his team, but right now all focus on tomorrow's game, Bob.
Tomorrow's game's a big one, but we should also remember the impact of hockey in North Bay by Butch Turcotte. He was honored tonight before the game. His son Darren on hand, part of that championship team in the 80s, and that undefeated national championship team. And the funniest moment of the night was when they were about to do the ceremonial puck drop, and I guess one of the Sudbury players wasn't where he was supposed to be, so Butch said, you better get moving, kid, and get back in position. Butch, always the hockey coach, and he's done so much for hockey locally, whether it's coaching on the ice, but also, getting kids to play outdoors more often. He's just, he's one of those guys that if you know Butch, you love hockey, that's for sure.
Speaking of other men who do a lot for hockey in the area, Mr. Chris Dawson getting a slightly above passing grade here on the PA, I would say, here tonight. But I can't let him have all the attention. So he's Bob Coles. I'm Courtney Kenny. That'll do it from here from North Bay Memorial Gardens on this one. 5-1 is the final here tonight against the U18 Trappers over the U18 Sudbury Nickel Capitals. Good night, and keep your eye on the front line. Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally.
Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canador's alumni office. Visit canadorcollege.ca/perks. Great things. Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.